Good morning, everyone. I'm sharing a quick little flow with you just to attune to your body in the morning. Never underestimate the value of a couple of gentle movements to just get you feeling embodied and aligned. I think a lot of the time we feel like we have to do something big and dramatic in order to feel better. And so instead of doing that, we kind of revert to our let's just jump in the car and go with our rounded shoulders. So just a couple of gentle movements to really find some nice alignment and openness for your breath, for your connection to your core, for anything else that might be ailing you. If this position is good for you, go ahead and sit with your bum on your heels with the knees slightly wide. If this is uncomfortable, sitting cross-legged is always an option, as is sitting slightly spread-eagled. If you're tight, sitting up on something will be really nice there as well. So you're sitting in this kind of modified child pose. We're gonna go ahead and crawl the arms all the way forward, dropping in, and taking a few deep breaths into your back. So this is a really great stretch for your lower back, for your sacrum, for your hips. And because that area is elongated, it's easier to breathe. And from here, you can float slowly up onto all fours. And again, it's nice to have a mirror nearby for this one, because a lot of the time we think this is neutral, we think that's neutral, and as you can see, that's not neutral. So finding that really long tailbone and inhaling into extension and exhaling into flexion. Just moving through the spine. Inhale, extension. Exhale, flexion. There's a really lovely shoulder stretch you can take here, and that is taking your hand and threading it under the opposite elbow. Come to lie down on your shoulder. Lovely big shoulder stretch. Definitely use this hand to make the stretch comfortable, to feel like you can really drop in. And then changing sides and threading underneath. And from here, if you want to add a little bit of a challenge to really get your core going, you can curl your toes and float your knees for a few breaths, feeling your shoulders, feeling your core. If you feel your shoulders more than your core, walk your knees way forward so they're almost touching your fingers and float up there. That's a lot more core, and staying maybe for 3 or 4 deep breaths. And we'll come onto your back just for a couple of toe taps. I'm really gonna keep this to 5 minutes, as I promised. So coming onto your back, making sure your pelvis is neutral, which means you have this little concavity in your low back, and just a couple of knee folds. Inhale to lower and exhale to lift. Really finding the low belly here. Inhale down and exhale up. And if you want to, again, multitask, you can reach 2 arms overhead. If you have an oov at home, you can do this on the oov. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry. Or you can look it up, it's kind of interesting. OOV really helps you to find the back. Good. And either keeping the arms up, which adds a little bit of a challenge for your upper back, or the arms down by your sides will peel up into a bridge. 5. Just waking up the back body here, hamstrings and glutes. 4. 3. 2. And 1 for an extra challenge, totally optional. You can bring the knees up, marching here. This is much harder if you've gone with that position with the arms up. And one last movement here, well, 2 kind of. We're actually gonna come to stand. And this is because finding the glute medius, that lateral glute muscle, is super important for your whole day. So sorry you can't see my head, but no great loss there. So you're standing on 1 foot, and we're gonna take the hip of the elevated foot and pull it up into your armpit. And then just come back to neutral. So it's hiking and dropping. Hiking and dropping. It takes some people 5 reps to feel the glute, and some people the standing glute, and some people many more. So see how long it takes you to feel this glute kick on. And when you have felt it, go ahead and change legs. Hiking and dropping. 9, 8, 7, 6. It's taking me a little bit longer on this side because my right glute is stronger. I probably could do 20 on this side, but just for the sake of expediency, I'll stop right there. But going as long as you need to really feel that. And so for our last stretch, we're stretching out that glute. So coming slowly onto your back and taking the opposite foot over the knee and bring that bottom thigh bone in. Now, most of you know all of these stretches and exercises, so they are very familiar, but hopefully having a little 5-minute routine to start your day this week will see how it feels. Hopefully it puts you in a good place. Again, I think if we don't have it at our fingertips, we don't necessarily do it. I'm speaking for myself here. And there you have it, pretty much. Did I stay to 5 minutes? 5:39. So enjoy, please let me know how it goes, and be